Welcome to another edition of Inside Yale Football, joined by the head coach of the Bulldogs, Tony Reno. Coach, first of all, walking around the bowl the other day, so many alums, so many former players commented to me how exciting this team is to watch. Is it that exciting for you to coach as well?
It is. I mean, it's an exciting team to coach. They're guys who play, like we've been talking about, they play the right way. We keep improving every week, so I think that's the exciting thing. Is it's like you're seeing the maturation process of a lot of players every week, and sometimes it's not as fast as you'd like it to be, but they're growing, and the kids play hard, they play fast. We have an exciting offense. We get an exciting defense in the sense where we do some things that were pretty aggressive.
What might be some of the things you take away from the Colgate game?
I think the first thing is that we for the first time showed offense and defensively in spurts that we can play well. In the 3 games, we played well for periods of time. We just need to put it all together now and put it together as a 60 minutes, not being a 30 minutes of offense, 30 minutes of defense. And the last piece is we made less mistakes. So making less mistakes shows improvement.
Defense has been described as a 3-4 defense, but obviously different formations from different offenses require different configurations on defense as well. Could you maybe explain to the fans, the way you might have to shift defensive configuration based on what the opponents are doing?
Yeah, I mean, you're a 3-4 mindset to start with, but I think obviously when you're playing teams that give you 7-man surfaces, or they give you 2 tight ends in the game, you've got to be able to put more guys up front, and you got to have more than one front to defend teams. So you'll see us in a 4-man front, you'll see us in a 5-man front, you'll see us in a 3-man front. So all depends on what we're seeing. And you'll see that during the course of a game, depending upon the situation and also depending upon what we're seeing. And right now, we're defending on what we're seeing within our personnel groups too. So what we have on our team right now, using them to put them in the best positions possible to stop people.
Everyone was talking about what a hard off-season it was in terms of conditioning and just the work ethic that this team has instilled. Are you seeing the kind of the fruits of that labor on the field on game days?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're seeing our guys up front are playing longer, finishing drives off. The kids aren't getting gassed during games. I mean, there's no conditioning problems. We're playing through the whistle. And we saw when Tyler Vargas runs the other day, the whistle blew. He was down on his knee and he got up and kept running. Yeah, that's what we do in practice. So, as much of it is that the guys are just finishing through whistles and finishing the plays. And when you see that, that just shows that their hard work in the offseason paid off.
You said the other day after the game you thought Eric Williams really started to come into his own on Saturday. What do you mean by that?
I think he started to think less and play more. I think obviously he needs to keep improving like everybody else, but he has shown that in the 3 games where he's taken steps. We gave him a little more on his plate last week. He handled it well. He made some of those throws that we hadn't been asked him to make, that we knew he could, but we didn't want to put it on him so early. And then I think the other thing was we asked him to do more as a runner last week, and he did a great job with that.
Saturday's game, even though it was an Ivy Patriot matchup, really in many ways was like an Ivy League game we come to expect, where there's going to come moments, even in the second half, where it could go either way.
Right.
And you've got to be kind of expecting that for the stretch run.
Oh yeah, I mean, every week is going to be a battle, and every week is going to be a game where you got to deal with the roller coaster of a football game, and a lot of evenly matched teams. Mistakes happen in games, and you got to be able to capitalize on them, and you got to be able to overcome yours. So that's what makes it exciting. And when you talk about Ivy League football, I mean, it's just an exciting brand of football because all teams are so evenly matched.
We talk about improvement, especially for a young team, but for any team early in the season. From week 1 to week 3, what are you proudest of?
I think we made more of a jump from 2 to 3 than we did from 1 to 2. I think that the guys, we might have been a little later than that improvement. But I think the couple things. Well, offensively, I think we're handling more and we're making less mistakes. We're showing we have the ability to move the football. And defensively, we're showing in spurts we can play well and play together. We've got to eliminate the mental mistakes, and we've got to eliminate the guys being in spots to make plays and not making plays.
And Dartmouth coming to the bowl on Saturday. What do you look for from that team?
It's a very good football team. I mean, they've gotten some good recruits in the last couple of years. They've got a good receiving core. I think they've got 6 or 7 guys that can play. I like both their backs. They've got 2 quarterbacks that are playing. Up front on both sides of the ball is as physical a team as I've seen from Dartmouth, where they're guys who can really control the line of scrimmage, and on defense they really run around and make plays. So it's a very good Dartmouth team. It's going to be a big test for us.
one of the cool things about this past Saturday was it was Youth Day at the Bowl, always a special day. Lots of different kids in different color shirts coming down to support Yale. Did your own family get a chance to enjoy Youth Day?
Oh yeah, they did. All three kids. My son, a lot of my son's friends came down, and my oldest son's friends, and the kids just love it. It was just a great event. I mean, everyone from Don Scharf and Tim Ford and our department at Yale did such a great job of organizing the events, and saw a couple Pop Warner games, so that was really good.
Well, thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time as always, and good luck against Dartmouth.
Thanks, Ron.
That's Tony Reno, the head coach of the Bulldogs.